Welcome back everyone to Coins, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of old coins, rare treasures, and hidden gems that could be sitting right inside your pocket change right now. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and surprising coins from the Lincoln Penny series, the 1976 D Lincoln Penny, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but carries an incredible history, some amazing varieties, and even a market value that can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition, errors, and mint quality. Before we talk about prices, let's take a quick journey back in time. The year was 1976, America was celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years of independence, and the spirit of freedom was in the air. Special commemorative designs were issued for quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, but interestingly, the humble 1-cent coin, the Lincoln Penny, kept its classic design with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Still, collectors know that even without a special design, the 1976 D penny holds unique value because of its mint history and several rare errors that make it highly sought after today. The letter D below the date on the front of the coin stands for Denver Mint, where millions of these coins were struck. Over 4.2 billion 1976 D Lincoln cents were made, so at first glance, you might think it's a very common coin, but that's where collectors' eyes look deeper. Out of billions, a few came out with striking errors, die cracks, double dies, and off-center minting, making them extremely rare. A single minting flaw can turn a 1-cent coin into a small fortune. Now, let's talk about what makes some of these coins worth money today. If your 1976 D Lincoln Penny has a bright red luster, no scratches, no marks, and still shows a strong strike with full details in Lincoln's hair and beard, it could already be worth a few dollars to a few hundred, depending on grading. In MS-67 or MS-68 red grade, these coins can easily sell from $500 up to over $1,000 at auctions. Some near-perfect examples have even been reported with prices soaring near $2,000 because of their stunning condition and luster. Collectors also search for rare varieties, especially the double die obverse, where you can see doubling in the letters, Liberty, In God We Trust, or even on the date, 1976. Another popular variety is the RPM, or repunched mint mark, where the D looks doubled or slightly off alignment. Those can easily boost the coin's value from a few dollars to several hundred depending on clarity and preservation. Even a light off-center strike or die break around the Lincoln Memorial can make your coin stand out to professional collectors. Now let's move to the metal composition. The 1976 D Lincoln Penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. That copper content alone gives it a bit of intrinsic value, especially since copper prices have risen over the years. But what really makes the 1976 D penny special is its story. It's part of a generation of coins minted before the US switched to copper-plated zinc pennies in 1982. That means it's one of the last true copper Lincoln cents, a detail that adds even more collector appeal today. When we look at the current coin market, things get really interesting. While circulated 1976 D pennies are still worth 1 cent to about 5 cents, high-grade uncirculated examples graded by PCGS or NGC have reached impressive auction prices. For instance, a 1976 D Lincoln cent graded MS-68 red sold for over $3,500 in a major coin auction, showing how much value these tiny copper coins can hold when preserved in perfect shape. Even coins with minor toning or unique color variations can attract collectors, as natural rainbow-toned Lincoln cents are currently trending in the numismatic market for their beauty and rarity. Now, let's talk about the symbolism of the word Liberty on the coin. Many collectors call this the top Liberty coin, not just because of its year and condition, but because Liberty represents freedom, and during America's bicentennial year, that word carried an even stronger meaning. On some coins, you might notice faint doubling or weakness in the letters of Liberty. Don't ignore it, that could be a valuable variety. Even the smallest difference can turn your ordinary penny into something truly collectible. Imagine finding one of these in your old coin jar, or inside a box of pennies that's been sitting untouched for years. The thrill of discovering a rare 1976 D penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars is what makes this hobby so exciting. People around the world are now searching for hidden treasures in old coins, and the Lincoln series is one of the best places to start because it's rich in history, variety, and valuable surprises. So if you have any old coins lying around, it's time to take a closer look. Check the date, check the mint mark, look at the color, the shine, the details, and especially the word Liberty. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe and look carefully for any doubling or unusual markings. You never know, you might be holding one of the rarest Lincoln pennies out there. Always remember, the coin's condition is everything. Keep your coins safe in protective holders, avoid touching them with bare fingers, and store them away from moisture to preserve their value. When in doubt, get your coins graded by a professional service like PCGS, NGC, or ANAX to get a certified market value. Collectors trust graded coins the most, and the higher the grade, the higher the value, and that's why the 1970-60 Lincoln penny stands tall among collectors. It's not just a coin, it's a story of American history, minting artistry, and hidden wealth. From a simple copper cent to a collectible piece worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, this top Liberty coin has earned its place as one of the most exciting finds in the Lincoln penny series. If you love learning about old coins, history, and rare money that could be sitting right in your hands, make sure to subscribe to Coins, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. We're uploading new episodes about old coins, rare finds, and market updates that help you spot treasures before anyone else does. Thank you for watching Coins, and remember, the next time you look at a penny, it might not be just 1 cent, it might be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, your next top Liberty coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today, we are exploring one of the most intriguing and talked about coins among collectors and enthusiasts, the 1970 Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the attention of numismatists around the world because of its unique minting, its Liberty design, and its growing value in today's market. The 1970 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small letter D found just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. It is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's greatest presidents. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin not only celebrates Lincoln's legacy but also reflects the evolution of American coinage through the 20th century. The obverse side features the detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the word Liberty inscribed to the left, and the phrase "In God We Trust" above his head. On the reverse side, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which symbolizes freedom and strength, key themes that tie directly into American history. While millions of these coins were minted in 1977, what makes certain 1970 Lincoln pennies truly special are their condition, minting errors, and the grade assigned by professional coin grading services. In circulated condition, most of these coins are worth just a few cents, but the real excitement begins when you look at uncirculated or rare error versions. In the current coin market, a pristine 1970 Lincoln penny with full red luster and sharp details can sell anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s depending on its grade. Some collectors have paid staggering prices, close to $7,879.98 or even higher, for top-grade examples that show full mint brilliance and no signs of wear. What makes this coin so desirable is its combination of historical significance and potential rarity. The Denver Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies that year, but few have survived in flawless condition. Over the decades, most have been spent, scratched, or damaged, which makes untouched examples highly valuable to serious collectors. The hunt for the perfect penny is what drives the excitement in the numismatic community. Imagine holding a coin that looks just as bright and shiny as the day it was struck nearly half a century ago. That's the kind of find collectors dream about, but there's more to the story than just condition. There are also fascinating varieties and minting errors that make the 1970 Lincoln penny stand out. Some coins have been discovered with double dies, off-center strikes, or even plating errors. These mistakes occur during the minting process, and when they are rare enough, they can increase the value of the coin dramatically. A 1970 penny with a strong double die obverse, for example, could easily bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Now let's take a quick trip through history. The Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent in 1909, and over the decades, it became one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in the world. By the 1970s, the penny had already seen numerous changes, from the early wheat design to the later Lincoln Memorial reverse. The 1977 D penny sits near the end of the copper era, since just a few years later, in 1982, the United States Mint switched from copper-based cents to mostly zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This makes all pre-1982 pennies a little more special since they are made mostly of copper, giving them a heavier feel and a richer tone. Collectors love the 1977 D penny for that reason. It's one of the last true copper Lincoln cents and represents the end of an era. Its distinctive warm glow and the sound it makes when dropped on a hard surface are instantly recognizable to experienced collectors. Even though it might look like an ordinary penny to most people, to coin lovers it's a miniature piece of American history. So, how can you tell if your 1977 D penny is valuable? The first step is to check its condition. Look closely under good light. If it still has its original red luster and sharp edges with no major scratches or spots, it could already be worth more than face value. Next, inspect the mint mark and the date. Any signs of doubling, unusual shapes, or weak strikes could mean you're holding an error coin. To be sure, it's always worth having your coin graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Coins that grade MS67 or higher are the real gems of the market and often sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. In today's coin market, prices continue to rise for top-grade Lincoln pennies. Collectors from all over the world compete for the best examples, and online auctions regularly feature record-breaking sales. Even a single cent can turn into a small fortune when it's rare enough. Many coin dealers and experts recommend holding on to older copper pennies because their metal value alone is increasing over time. The 1977 D penny is a perfect example of how a simple everyday coin can transform into a collector's dream. Every time you open your coin jar or check your pocket change, you might be holding something far more valuable than you think. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It turns ordinary objects into treasures and connects us directly with history. Each scratch, each detail, and each design carries a story from the past, a story that you can hold in your hand. The 1977 D Lincoln penny represents not only the artistry of American minting but also the enduring fascination with small details that make huge differences. Some collectors have spent their entire lives searching for the perfect strike, the cleanest surface, the sharpest lettering on the word liberty. And when they finally find it, the sense of discovery and pride is worth far more than the money. So whether you're new to collecting or already a seasoned expert, keep an eye out for these incredible coins. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem that could change your collection forever. Remember, the next time you see a 1977 D penny, take a closer look. It might just be a top Liberty coin worth thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin tells a story and every discovery brings history back to life. If you enjoyed this deep look into the 1977 D Lincoln penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. We have many more exciting videos coming your way about rare Lincoln coins, coin values, and secret treasures that you might already have without even knowing it. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, every penny counts. Today we are going to talk about one of the most mysterious, most talked about, and most valuable coins in modern American coin history, the 1983 Lincoln penny, also known among collectors as the top Liberty coin. At first glance this little 1-cent coin looks so ordinary that most people would spend it without thinking twice, but for coin collectors and experts it's a symbol of a major turning point in U.S. minting history and a coin that could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million depending on its type, era, and condition. Now before we jump into the market value, let's go back in time and understand the fascinating history behind this small copper-colored coin. In 1982 something huge happened at the U.S. Mint. For decades the Lincoln cent had been made mostly from copper, but rising metal prices meant that the government was actually losing money by making each penny. So in 1982 the Mint made a change from solid copper coins to copper-plated zinc coins. That means starting from 1983 every new penny was made of 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating. This change might sound small, but it created a major difference in the way the coins looked, felt, and even sounded. The earlier copper coins had a richer color and heavier weight, while the new zinc pennies were lighter and more silvery inside once the copper plating wore off. Now here comes the interesting part. Even though the 1983 pennies were officially all supposed to be zinc-plated, a few rare coins were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982. These error coins are incredibly rare, and that's why the 1983 Lincoln penny is one of the most searched coins by collectors around the world. Imagine finding a penny that looks normal but turns out to be made of copper when it shouldn't be. That tiny mistake makes the coin worth a fortune. Some of these 1983 copper pennies have sold for massive amounts at auction. One example sold for over $15,000, and others have reached even higher values depending on their condition, mint mark, and whether they were double die strikes or off-metal errors. Now let's talk about the top Liberty coin name. Many collectors call it that because when you look closely at certain 1983 Lincoln pennies you can find a bold, strong, and perfectly struck word Liberty on the obverse side, which is the side showing Abraham Lincoln's portrait. On some rare coins the letters in Liberty appear doubled, which means the die used to strike the coin had shifted slightly, creating what's known as a double die error. These double die coins are extremely collectible. A clear doubled Liberty with crisp details can push the coin's value to sky-high levels in the collector's market. That's why this particular coin is often referred to as the top Liberty coin of the Lincoln Cent series. So how do you know if you have a valuable 1983 penny? First, pick up the coin and check the date carefully. If it says 1983 with no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. If it has a small d under the date, it came from the Denver Mint. Both can have valuable varieties, but the rare copper version can appear from either mint. The easiest test to identify whether your coin is copper or zinc is by weighing it. A regular zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams while a copper penny weighs around 3.1 grams. That difference of just 0.6 grams is all it takes to turn an ordinary coin into a small treasure. So if you find a 1983 penny that weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be holding one of the rarest modern US coins ever made. Now let's discuss the market side and the real numbers that make collectors' hearts race. In the current coin market, the demand for 1983 error pennies has skyrocketed. Collectors are paying serious money, especially for coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Even a slightly circulated example of the 1983 copper penny can bring in hundreds of dollars, while a fully uncirculated or proof-like specimen can easily cross several thousand. The highest auction record so far for a top-grade 1983 Lincoln Cent with rare characteristics has touched over $78,000, and experts believe the value can climb even higher as more collectors compete for the best preserved examples. There are also rumors and private sales that reached almost $700,000 or more for mint error types or museum-quality coins, making it one of the top Liberty coins worth watching in today's numismatic world. Another interesting fact is that not only the copper composition but also the double die reverse and obverse varieties of 1983 pennies hold impressive values. For example, there is a famous 1983 double die reverse penny where the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum appear doubled under magnification. This variety alone can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the grade. Collectors love these varieties because they are visible with the naked eye and represent a true minting error rather than post-mint damage. That's why every time you check your change, it's worth taking a closer look at the details on the back of your penny. You never know when a single cent could turn into a major discovery. Now let's talk about the beauty and symbolism of the Lincoln penny itself. Designed originally in 1909 by Victor David Brenner, the coin has carried the portrait of Abraham Lincoln for more than a century. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and over time it became a symbol of American strength, freedom, and perseverance. The 1983 edition continued that legacy but added a new chapter to the story with the transition from copper to zinc. This change not only altered the physical coin but also marked a moment in American economic history, a sign of how inflation and metal costs influenced even the smallest denomination. So every time you look at a 1983 penny, you're holding a piece of that story. The modern coin market continues to evolve. Today, with online auctions, grading services, and social media awareness, more people than ever are checking their old change and discovering valuable coins they never knew existed. Channels like Coins are here to guide you, to share knowledge, and to help you understand what makes each coin special. The 1983 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so small can carry such huge value, not just in dollars but in history, artistry, and human curiosity. If you're interested in collecting, start by saving your pennies from different years. Use a small digital scale and a magnifying glass to check for details like doubling, mint marks, and composition. Even if you don't find the rare copper 1983 penny right away, you'll learn a lot and maybe find other valuable coins along the way. Some modern pennies with plating errors, die cracks, or off-center strikes can also bring in hundreds of dollars to the right buyer. Always remember, condition matters a lot. Keep your coins in holders, avoid cleaning them, and handle them carefully by the edges. As of today, the estimated collector value of the 1983 Lincoln Top Liberty coin can range anywhere from a few cents for normal circulation examples up to thousands or even beyond $78,979 for verified rare varieties. That number might sound unbelievable for a 1-cent coin, but that's the magic of coin collecting. History and rarity combined can create treasures hiding in plain sight. So next time you receive change from a store or find an old jar of coins in your home, take a moment to look closely at your pennies. There's a chance that your simple 1983 Lincoln cent could actually be a top Liberty coin worth more than you could imagine. Share this video with your friends, subscribe to Coins for more amazing stories about rare coins, and stay tuned because we have many more hidden treasures to uncover together. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin tells the biggest story. Today, we're going deep into the mystery and magic of one of the most talked about coins in U.S. history, the 1992 Lincoln penny, also known as the Top Liberty coin. This small copper-plated coin, which most people would pass off as a regular penny, could actually be worth a fortune in today's market, and I mean serious money, sometimes reaching values close to $787,979. That's right, a single penny that could change your life. But before we talk about how valuable it has become and why collectors are paying crazy amounts of money for it, let's travel back in time and uncover the full story behind this special coin. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been a part of American history since 1909. It was created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, designed by Victor David Brenner. Over the years, the coin has gone through several design changes, from the wheat reverse to the memorial reverse, and later to the shield reverse we see today. But the 1992 Lincoln penny holds a special place because it carries one of the most subtle and rare design variations ever seen, the close AM variety, which has made it one of the top Liberty coins in modern collecting history. Now, what makes the 1992 penny so unique? Most pennies from 1992 have a small space between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side. But the rare version, the one that can make you rich, has the A and M almost touching, or what collectors call a close AM. This design was actually meant for proof coins from 1993, but somehow a few dies from the proof minting process were accidentally used to strike some circulation coins in Denver and Philadelphia in 1992. These are the famous 1992 close AM and 1992 close AM Lincoln pennies. Imagine this, just a few tiny differences in the lettering, almost invisible to the naked eye, turned a regular 1-cent coin into a collector's dream worth thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's one of those magical errors in minting history that make coin collecting such an exciting hobby. Experts estimate that only a small number of these 1992 close AM pennies exist today, and even fewer are in high grades. When a coin like this appears in mint condition, it becomes a major event in the numismatic world. Some coins have sold for unbelievable prices at auctions, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and in some rare conditions, the value could even reach upwards of $700,000 or more depending on the grade, rarity, and condition of the coin. Let's talk a little about the design details so you can identify if you might have one hiding in your pocket, your old piggy bank, or in that forgotten coin jar sitting in a drawer. Look at the back of the coin where it says United States of America. Now focus on the word America. If the letters A and M are almost touching and there's no visible gap between them, you might be holding the rare close AM variety. On regular coins, you'll see a noticeable space between the A and M, that's the common version, worth only 1 cent. But the close AM? That's where the treasure lies. Also, look at the mint mark under the date. If it has a small d, it means it was minted in Denver, and that's the one we're talking about today, the 1992 D Lincoln penny. Combine that D mint mark with the close AM variety, and you have a coin that collectors across the world are hunting for right now. Over the years, this coin has become a legend in the world of numismatics. Every time one is found, it makes headlines. People have found these coins in change, in rolls of pennies from the bank, and even in old family coin collections. It's proof that treasures can still be found in everyday life. You just have to look closely. Now, let's look at the current market value of this incredible coin. In 2025, collectors and investors are still paying top dollar for certified examples of the 1992 D close AM penny. Lower grade examples might sell for $1,000 to $5,000 depending on condition, but higher grade specimens in mint state condition, especially those graded by PCGS or NGC, can go well above $20,000. A few near-perfect examples have been estimated to reach over $700,000 in potential value if they ever come to auction, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents of modern times. But it's not just about the money. The 1992 D Top Liberty coin tells a story of human craftsmanship, accidental genius, and the beauty of imperfection. It reminds us that sometimes, even mistakes can create masterpieces. The history behind this coin connects generations of collectors, from beginners who just started sorting through their change, to experts who dedicate their lives to finding the rarest pieces in existence. So the next time you pick up a penny, don't ignore it. Check the year, check the mint mark, and especially check that word, America. Who knows? You might be holding a 1992 D close AM Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of copper worth a small fortune. Every coin has a story, and this one might just be your golden ticket to the Collector's Hall of Fame. Here at Coins, we believe that every old coin has a hidden history waiting to be told. That's why we bring you the most fascinating facts, market updates, and hidden secrets from the world of coin collecting. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another story like this. We've got more rare coins, amazing discoveries, and market updates coming your way soon. Remember, coins are not just pieces of metal, they are living pieces of history. So keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. Because one day, that 1 cent could be worth thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, just like the 1992 D Top Liberty Lincoln penny. Thank you so much for watching Coins, your home for everything rare, historic, and valuable. Stay tuned, stay curious, and always keep searching. Because the next rare treasure might already be in your hands. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American coinage history, the 1999 Lincoln penny, also known by collectors as one of the top Liberty coins ever struck in modern times. This small copper coin, with a simple face value of 1 cent, hides stories of history, minting errors, and incredible collector value that might surprise you. So stay tuned till the end, because you'll learn everything about how this ordinary penny can actually be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in the right condition. Let's begin by going back to the roots of this legendary coin. The Lincoln cent has been part of American coin history since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design by Victor David Brenner was iconic, featuring the portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, the word Liberty on the left, and the date on the right. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny became a symbol of American identity, but in 1999, something very interesting happened that caught the attention of coin experts and collectors worldwide. The 1999 Lincoln penny might look ordinary to most people, but under the surface, it hides a fascinating story of minting precision, transitional designs, and small errors that turned it into one of the most desirable coins of its era. This was the last full year before the U.S. Mint introduced major design changes in 2000, making the 1999 series the final chapter of a long era in Lincoln cent history. For collectors, that alone gives it nostalgic and historical value, but the real magic lies in the specific varieties and mint errors that occurred during its production. There are two major mint marks for the 1999 penny, the Philadelphia Mint with no mark, and the Denver Mint with a small d below the date. But what truly makes the 1999 Lincoln penny stand out is the discovery of the so-called wide AM and close AM varieties. These refer to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side. The normal version for 1999 should have a close AM, where the letters are almost touching. However, a small number of coins were struck with a wide AM, a spacing error caused by the mint accidentally using a reverse die meant for proof coins. This minor-looking detail transforms a simple penny into a coin worth real money. If you have a 1999 Lincoln penny, take a close look at the back under good light or magnification. If you see that the A and M are slightly separated with a clear gap between them, congratulations, you might be holding a rare wide AM variety that collectors are eager to find. Depending on the condition and grading, this coin can fetch anywhere from several $100s to over $1,000. Some high-grade examples in pristine, uncirculated condition have sold at auction for as much as $7,879.95, which is absolutely incredible for a coin that was once just 1 cent in your pocket change. But the 1999 Lincoln penny story doesn't stop there. Many collectors also look for doubling errors, off-center strikes, and die cracks that add unique character and rarity to each coin. The world of coin collecting thrives on such imperfections because they tell a story of human craftsmanship and machine precision coming together. Every little flaw can turn an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. When it comes to the composition, the 1999 Lincoln penny was made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating, about 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This design had been in use since 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned from solid bronze to copper-plated zinc due to rising metal costs. Despite being lightweight and inexpensive to produce, the modern Lincoln cents have proven to be durable, and some examples from the late 1990s have aged beautifully with attractive toning that enhances their visual appeal and numismatic value. Now, let's talk about grading. The condition of your 1999 penny is everything when determining its worth. Coins graded as MS65 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, can bring premium prices. A coin with strong luster, sharp details, and no visible wear can easily cross into the hundreds, especially if it's a wide AM variety. So before you rush to spend your change, take a moment to inspect those pennies. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Over the years, many stories have surfaced of people finding rare 1999 pennies in circulation, tucked inside old jars, drawers, and even among pocket change. Imagine turning over a penny, realizing it's the rare wide AM version, and discovering it could pay for your next vacation. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about metal and mint marks, it's about the thrill of discovery and the connection to history that each coin carries. Another detail worth noting is the strong strike quality and brilliant finish of the 1999 Lincoln pennies. The U.S. Mint produced them in large numbers, over 5 billion pieces, but among those billions, only a tiny fraction turned out to have the wide AM reverse, making it a genuine rarity. Experts estimate that only a few thousand exist in high grades today, which explains why collectors are constantly searching for them. If you ever find a 1999 penny that looks slightly different, maybe the lettering seems off, the date appears doubled, or the color is unusual, set it aside and have it checked. Many people have accidentally spent rare pennies without realizing their true value. The coin market today is more active than ever, with collectors and investors paying big money for coins with strong demand and historical significance. Websites like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections regularly feature listings of 1999 white AM pennies selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on condition. So why is this small coin so special? Because it represents a moment in time, the bridge between the classic Lincoln Memorial design and the upcoming new century. The year 1999 marked the end of an era, and the coin itself stands as a symbol of the transition from old minting techniques to modern precision. It's a piece of American history, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with curiosity and a good eye to rediscover it, and that's why collectors around the world call it one of the top Liberty coins of the late 20th century. The word liberty on the front of the coin reminds us not only of freedom but also of the enduring value of small things, how a tiny piece of metal can carry history, art, and fortune in its shine. Even after decades, the Lincoln penny continues to capture hearts and spark curiosity in collectors old and new. Before we wrap up, remember, always check your coins carefully. Look for the wide AM spacing, inspect the details, and don't forget to handle your coins properly to preserve their condition. Store them in coin flips or protective holders, and if you believe you found something rare, get it graded by a reputable service. Who knows, your next penny could be worth thousands. Thank you for watching Coins, the channel where every coin tells a story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1999 Lincoln penny, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another treasure hunting episode. Share this video with your friends and family, maybe someone you know has a rare penny hiding in their pocket change right now. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and every collector has a dream. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the 2006 Lincoln Penny Liberty coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 1-cent piece, but when you take a closer look, you'll realize that some 2006 pennies are far from ordinary. Some are worth thousands of dollars, and the story behind them is absolutely fascinating. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It became the first American coin to feature the portrait of a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse or front side of the coin features the famous image of President Lincoln, while the reverse shows two wheat ears symbolizing prosperity. Over the years, the penny has gone through several design changes, from the wheat design to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, and later the Union Shield design in 2010. But among all these, the 2006 Lincoln penny holds a special place because of some rare and valuable varieties that collectors are constantly searching for. Now, what makes the 2006 penny so special? The truth lies in the details, tiny imperfections and minting errors that most people overlook. There are known varieties where the word Liberty is doubled, or where the mint mark appears distorted. Some 2006 Lincoln cents show signs of striking errors like off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die clashes that create a ghost-like image on the coin's surface. These kinds of errors transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Depending on the condition and type of error, a 2006 Liberty coin can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to thousands. Some listings have even gone as high as $7,879.79, an unbelievable price for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. To understand why collectors pay so much, let's talk about the minting process. Every coin starts as a simple metal blank called a planchet. When it's struck by two dies under tons of pressure, the coin takes on its design. But if something goes even slightly wrong, like a misaligned die, a cracked die, or a double strike, the result is a unique coin unlike any other. That uniqueness is what gives the coin its value. Collectors are always searching for pieces that stand out, and the 2006 Lincoln penny offers several fascinating examples. The 2006 penny was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver coins have a small D, and San Francisco coins, used for proofs, carry an S. The regular circulation pennies are made mostly of zinc coated with copper, a change introduced in 1982 when copper became too expensive. The proof coins, however, are made with extra care, polished dies, and mirror-like finishes, making them especially attractive to collectors. If you happen to find a 2006 penny with a perfect mirror finish and no signs of wear, it could be worth significantly more than face value. Let's move to the grading. The condition of a coin is one of the most important factors determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless coin. A 2006 Lincoln penny in average circulated condition may be worth just a few cents, but a coin in uncirculated mint state, especially one graded MS-68 or higher, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Proof coins in perfect PR-70 condition are even more desirable and can command premium prices from serious collectors. Now let's talk about some real examples from the market. In recent years, collectors have paid surprisingly high amounts for error and high-grade 2006 pennies. A double-die obverse example sold for over $500, and a rare off-center strike went for over $1,000. But the true gems are the high-grade proof coins, especially from the San Francisco Mint. Some have fetched prices close to $7,800 and beyond depending on their rarity, luster, and certification by grading companies like PCGS and NGC. These certified coins come sealed in protective holders with detailed grading information, making them trustworthy and easy to trade among collectors. One interesting detail about the 2006 penny is the sharpness of the word Liberty and the clarity of the date. Any unusual doubling, fading, or misplaced letters can indicate a minting error. For instance, if you see a faint shadow around the B or E in Liberty, or a stretched appearance in Lincoln's eye or mouth, you might have something special. Always check your coins under a magnifying glass. You never know what treasure you might uncover. Let's also not forget the historical value of the Lincoln penny itself. It represents more than just currency. It symbolizes the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln, and stands as a reminder of the nation's history through changing times. From copper to zinc, from wheat ears to memorials, the penny has evolved, but its cultural and collectible value continues to grow stronger every year. In fact, many collectors believe that modern pennies like those from 2006 will gain more value over time as minting technology changes and fewer people use coins in daily life. So what should you do if you think you have a valuable 2006 Liberty penny? First, handle it carefully. Don't clean or polish it, as that can lower its value. Store it in a coin holder or protective flip. Next, compare it with online images of known error varieties. You can also send it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Even if your coin isn't one of the ultra-rare types, its condition and beauty might still make it worth holding on to for future appreciation. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. The more you learn about mint marks, grades, and varieties, the better your chances of spotting a hidden treasure. That's why channels like Coins are here, to help you understand the stories and secrets behind the coins you use every day. So next time you get change at the store, take a moment to look closely at your pennies. That 2006 Lincoln penny sitting quietly in your wallet could be worth a small fortune, maybe even thousands of dollars. And the thrill of discovering a rare coin yourself is something no amount of money can replace. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2006 Lincoln Liberty coin, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to Coins for more amazing stories about hidden treasures, rare finds, and valuable collectibles. Don't forget to ring the bell icon so you never miss a new upload, because your next penny could be the one that changes everything. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep checking your change. Your fortune might be hiding in plain sight.